And here we go.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast, Release Sundays Live. We've had a long hiatus, but are coming back with new shows. And this is a good one to enter back in with. We have a special guest, Ryan Conley, and we're going to be exploring the power of the mitochondria, the engine of the cell and its fuel, ATP. And we're going to be exploring some nano supplements that have been blowing me away, as well as Ryan. I'm going to be talking about it with him, exploring the mechanics of the cell and the engine and the ATP as we get back into some Release Sundays Live, as we're coming back now. Been a lot to catch up on. Going to be exploring some of that as per usual. Let's see, you can check out Release the Movie Part 1. I've been working on Part 3. There's also Part 2. Here's the website. You can check it out at releasethemovies.com. Releasethemovie.com. You can see Part 1 and Part 2 here. Explore it, share it. Big things in the works for release, as well as where's it at? Here we go. What I've been working on that has kept me so occupied. I haven't been able to do these Release Sundays Live. I'm really excited to bring this to the world to you guys. It is my book that's 20 years in the coming, The Art and Science of Living Foods. And it is actually, it's somewhat of a living foods Bible. It's really 5 books in one. It's over 325 pages. And this is actually the base site for it. We're going to be doing, it's going to be getting published this month, and we're doing a big premiere thing. And I'm going to be on with Santos and going through it, as Santos is so passionate about living foods. And yeah, so here's our portal. Here's everything for the book that you'll be able to get access to in ordering it. We're going to be doing both digital copies and full color 8.5 by 11. It's going to be a big, beautiful, giant, colorful book that so much work has been going into. It is everything from an urban spice guide to a superfood dictionary. Looking for the books, there they all are. Gourmet living cookbook and a tonic alchemy manual, along with how to brew your own kombucha. And it's a full food medicine manual. So I'm honored to share this with you all. It's, again, almost 20 years in the creation, and all of my recipes. Just really excited to bring this to you all and share this with the world. It's been quite a journey to get it to where it is, so I'm just super honored to bring this outward and have this come through finally, and yet in divine timing. So just getting all our systems dialed.
Mike, if you could give me permission on the record button right there, I think you have to okay that as a recording.
Yes, 100%. Let me get that dialed right now. Let's see. I don't see. I don't see a permission popped up. Let me see.
Please ask the host to give you permission. I think if you go to participants, you can make host possibly.
Oh, okay.
That would do it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see.
Okay, I'll do a countdown. Let me know when you're ready.
Hang on one second. Allow to record local files. Make host. There we go. Here we go. Hang on one second. See if that did it.
Thank you. We're good. So I'll let you do an introduction on 3, 2, 1.
Recording in progress.
Awesome. So our show today, we're going to be exploring the power of the cell, the mitochondria of the cell, the engine of the cell and its fuel, ATP, and how we can fuel our cells. There's a lot of different supplements out there. Very few do I get, inspired and really impressed by. And one of my colleagues, as you guys know, Dr. Kolsa, had introduced me to Ryan, and we dropped in about it, and I got some, and I've been on it for probably about 5 days now, I want to say, and just been really, really impressed and amazed with it. And there's a topical product as well that's really powerful. So, but in order to have a deeper understanding, we got to explore what it is. What is fueling the cell? What gives us fuel and whatnot? So, with that, I'm going to bring in my brother, Ryan Conley. So wonderful to have you with me, bro. I'm glad we could do this on a sacred Sunday.
Definitely. Thank you, Micah. I know we both just got back from church, so here we are.
Here we
Awesome.
are. That's right. Giving praise to our sacred house of prayer, the body. And how can we, give praise to that? Obviously, energy is such an important thing with health and wellness, and it's a sure sign that you are healthy is that you have lots of energy. And in a world where there's so much toxification, it's challenging these days. We're kind of, our immune systems are under attack. And so anything we can get in our arsenal of health and wellness is important. It's what we like to talk about and share, pay homage to here at Release Sundays Live. So seems like a perfect fit. So you wanna share a little bit about your story, I guess, and we'll go from there.
Yes, most definitely. So, man, where do I start? I guess we could go back to like middle school when we were in biology and learning how to color in the mitochondria in the cells. And since that point, I've heard a lot of doctors talking about mitochondria, especially since past jab seasons in the past few years and stuff like that. They're talking about how our mitochondria is under attack. And I never really gave this much thought. A little about me. I'm currently 47 years old, and I have been suffering from, which is very, very well documented at the amenclinic.com. I've had my brain scanned 5 times by Dr. Daniel Amen team, where I was diagnosed with frontal temporal lobe dementia. And so I just want to say up front that this call is not about treating, cure, treat, whatever, a disclaimer for anything that we're discussing. This is my personal testimonial. And I've suffered, Micah, for 26 years, since 1997, when these symptoms came on. And, long story short, I've been on the product now for 11 days. And I was honestly suicidal for those 20 plus years right there, because I had tried all the antidepressants. I had tried everything out there. And it was, I felt like my life was coming to an end, because I had dissociation, identity disorder, not be able to really relate so much on this earthly plane, it felt like, anymore. And I felt like it's time for me to check out. So this product, we can get more into this, but it seriously saved my life. I actually just canceled my prescription to go get Ambien, because that's how I wanted to say farewell. And I canceled that as soon as I started this product.
Wow.
But I've been in health and wellness for quite some time. I was working with different frequency devices. I had some success over the years. I think that's how I kept myself here to the point of functioning, was using frequency medicine. I've explored all different, injected stem cells even into my brain over at Dominican Republic, spent like $50,000 injecting stem cells numerous times into my cerebral spinal fluid, and also directly into my brain, which I have proof of that as well. And this product seriously is just, I'm so passionate about, because I really think that we can change a lot of lives with this product.
I agree. And that's kind of, again, it's only worth doing things that produce results. It's what my motto is. You shouldn't waste your time or energy or anything on anything that doesn't produce results. It's the telltale sign of, it's why I got into neuromuscular use therapy. It's why I became the founder of this work, is it healed me where I didn't have to get surgery. So to dive deeper, just for the...
And on that, I just want to say on that note right there, and just our highest calling, just helping other people. Like, we've been blessed to go through these conditions. And it's like, what is our highest calling every day? What makes us happy? It's not about making money. That's just a byproduct of having an impact on the world right there.
Exactly. That's it right there. And so, well, just for mechanics, for everyone who's not familiar, this is a mitochondria. Let me see. I could actually probably share it in here. Why don't I just do that? We'll go to photos, share there. Can you see? You can see this now, yeah?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. We got mitochondria. Looks
so
like
we
a good
got a
one.
mitochondria of the cell right there. And look at this magic glowing little engine. This thing is designed to run and produce the fuel for us. Let me see. There we go. Here's a breakdown of the cell structure itself, for those that want a little biology revival lesson, because most of us don't even, what's in our cell? Well, our cell is a jam-packed piece of technology in and of itself. And you can see the mitochondria right here. They're kind of placed around the actual cell within the cell membrane, and their function is, again, to produce ATP. And through this process, they continue to write, the telomeres of the DNA and continue the generating of healthy tissue, which gets compromised in us. So that's why we start our aging process. You can actually see here, this is a basic rundown of the difference between a plant cell and an animal cell and the different specialized cells. But in short, you have a basic breakdown of what is inside of a cell itself. And the mitochondria, in and of itself, is described as a rod-like structure. But it converts energy in food molecules into a form of energy that the cell can use, and that's its kind of short range description, if you will. So anything we can do to improve that process for the cell is going to give you more fuel in your cell. Now, when we look at the basic breakdown of a mitochondria, you can see in its structure the mitochondrial DNA. You can see the ribosomes, and then you can see what's marked within here is the ATP synthase. Now, this is where kind of the magic takes place of the process of energy conjuring, if you will. And I'm just taking everyone through kind of a brief breakdown of why the mitochondria creates an aging process, and why it gets damaged is all the things that we kind of started off with that's going on in our society today, from environmental toxins to food toxins to physical stress or event-based traumas. And then, of course, we talked about the quacks being one of those aspects that is also extremely damaging. And then we also will throw in free radicals and particulates in the environment from, everything from what's spread out in the skies to what's dumped into your water. So what fuels a healthy mitochondria normally is physical activity, a good, healthy, cleaner environment, good, healthy, clean food, and that Trinity creates and produces ATP energy. The problem is we're kind of short on all three of those these days, huh? People don't get
Wi-Fi, internet, right? All that.
Yeah, we didn't even include the radionics contamination into this side over here, but the trinity of health and wellness is also in and of itself. Our food has been really compromised these days. Environmentally, it's very hard to find a clean and pure place to even live and exist, especially if your work requires you to be, let's say, in a fairly toxic city. And people in general, especially after the last 3 and 4 years, had a real hit to their physical activity, unless you chose to rebel against the socially engineered, fear psychosis ritual that we were all indoctrinated through. But ultimately, how do we compensate is the question, and that's where I think if you can find powerful supplements, it makes a huge difference in that regard. It really does.
Right.
And all these things are accumulative, you know what I mean? So, like, to the point where you're talking about that state of mental stress and almost the state of wanting to end it, that is stress-based accumulation over one's life that could, sometimes outweigh the toxins or the unhealthy food. Not going to say that they don't assist in the process, but, your mind and body are interconnected. So, one of the biggest things that causes the telomeres in your DNA to continue being written is purpose, is feeling inspired to go on, that you have a purpose here. If your body doesn't, if you have nothing to do or no purpose here, your cells are even like, why are we continuing to write the train tracks for more DNA? What's the purpose? What's the point? So a lack of energy can definitely be, I can tell you with a Parkinson's patient I'm working with, a majority of Parkinson's patients really have an issue with is fatigue. it's one of the most detrimental symptoms for Parkinson's is feeling exhausted all the time. So that's one of the reasons I found this product and some other supplements is I'm in intensive treatments with this patient right now and seeing anything that we can use to really help him rehabilitate. So I got some obviously for myself and I've been really blown away with it. You want to share, should we dive into the mechanics of what this stuff is, or should we go a little more into your story first?
I think let's switch gears and I'll kind of share what happened to me here, Micah, because if you want to turn the screen share off for a second, we can see each other even better here for our viewers. This was 11 days ago is when I began on the product, 11 days ago. And at that point, what happened was my friend called me up, Reggie, and we had a fallout about a year and a half ago. And he called me and said, you know what, God told me to forgive you. And for us, let bygones be bygones. Let's move forward. And he also said that God told me that I've got something that's really going to help you with your condition, because he knew what I was up against. And I was like, well, what is it? Like, I've tried absolutely everything out there, all the pharmaceuticals, just absolutely everything from even ayahuasca to freaking, 5-MeO toad in Mexico to going to the Andes Mountains in Peru to, for a month also, like trying anything possible. But it was when I got right with God about 4 months ago, and everything in my life started clicking, not to make this any kind of spiritual religious rant or whatsoever at all. But, I had been praying for something come in my life that was going to change my life. And when Reggie called me and said that right there, and he told me about this, I had a feeling inside that when he said that to me, that it resonated with me. And I remember he gave me a video that night. It was a YouTube video about all these prayers, these biblical prayers about healing. And as I was listening in bed that night, I remember hearing this message saying, "You are so beat down mentally and physically. You are so beat down, even at age 47." And it just confirmed. So when that product came, that was on Tuesday. The product came on Saturday at 2 p.m. I took that stuff and I took about 0.75 mLs underneath my tongue right there. Actually, I think it was closer to about a half an ml. And I laid down on this couch right here before I was going to go into town the next hour. And as I was laying there, all of a sudden I felt this flutter. 20 minutes into it, I felt this, and I wasn't expecting to feel anything right away. I was just seeing what's up, And I laid there. All of a sudden I felt this fluttering on the side of my head. It felt like a hummingbird wing fluttering on the side of my head. And I was like, man, what is that? I've never felt this sensation before. What is this? But it felt like really peaceful. I said, I'm just going to feel into this. And all of a sudden, this inner peace came over my head, came over my upper, up here. And I was like, and I felt peace inside for the first time in 26 years. And this peace went through like my entire body, like this massive reset took place. I'm not being dramatic when I say this, Micah. This was when this happened. I remember thinking to myself, and before this, there was times I prayed and I said, God, why have you forsaken me? Because when people said that God is peace and God is love, I couldn't feel love even for myself because I didn't feel peace whatsoever for 26 years when it was my downward spiral back when my symptoms started kicking off for this dementia thing I was diagnosed with. So anyways, this product, as soon as I took it and that inner peace came, I decided to see if this is a placebo effect or not. I went out into the real world and went downtown. I went to this Mexican restaurant to get some food. And I walked into the place, and this is what I remember. This is so interesting. And when I walked in that room, my energy was just off the freaking charts. I'm not talking about like a caffeine high. I'm talking about I was like my energy presence was just like my vibration was impressive. And I remember there was a couple out of the corner of my eye, and one thing I remember about my condition, you even hear me talking about my condition in past tense right now, is it was difficult for me to relate to people and understand how they were feeling, because this is my dissociation identity disorder. It was kind of like I was on the side of a glass mirror and life was over here. I felt like a NPC or something, just fake it in this world to make it, And I remember walking in that place, I saw this couple out to my right. And all of a sudden, it was a Hispanic guy and his girlfriend. When I walked in, the guy felt like intimidated or something like this, or I don't want to say it like that. But what I noticed about him was he kind of postured himself up when I was around. I could see this out of my corner of my eye. His girl, like noticed it about him that he was like raising up and showing how manly, present he was right there. And it raised her up because she looked better being with a dude that was like now raised up. So I could really notice in the room that I was raising the vibration of this room. It's not that I was better than this dude. I'm not even saying that whatsoever. But I will say that my vibration was higher than anyone in this room. I can't say that. If you're on this product, you will outshine. You'll be outshined by people on this product. And so then I remember I haven't been in a relationship for 4 months, and I was like, well, because flirting with women and stuff was always kind of fun, right? And so I go to the front desk, and there's a lady there serving the food, and I just had that twinkle in my eye, right? It was just like the twinkle in my eye was back. And you could just, the sense of trust was back, because Micah, what's interesting is the eyes are the window to the soul. We've all heard this saying before, the eyes are the window to the soul. And we will look at mitochondria, the most dense amount of mitochondria is in our eyes, our brain, and our heart, right? So in mitochondria also is in all in all cells of our body, except the red blood cells. It's in the stem cells, and it's also in the neurons. So that's why we're having such mental awakenings with this stuff. But I tell you what, ever since I took I've taken that product, every single day, my vision has increased. Before it was like narrow vision that you hear about when people have dysfunctions of dementia symptoms. Now I call omnidome vision. You know what I'm saying? Like I can look at the stars and the galaxies now and take it all in, instead of just looking at one star and not being able to take it all in and forgetting about how that star was acting as as I'm connecting the dots. I'll say one more thing here how I describe mitochondria is, if you look at the can lighting in a ceiling, for example, okay, you cannot have light in the dark. You can't have dark in the light. Okay. So now if you had like one light went out in that can ceiling, okay, the room would still be lit, but up in that can, it's dark in that can right there. Okay. So imagine that being your mitochondria as we go through like a physical stress or a mental stress or something like this, a can light, we blow a fuse, we'll call it, or whatever. And that it's off. So then what I foresee and what I recognize from my own symptomology, if that's the word, is that when we have these negative thoughts and stuff like this, they reside in those dark light, that not lack of light right there is what happens. So as we crank up with this product, since it goes with nanotechnology going straight in the mitochondria, we're actually increasing the voltage, ramping up the power of those mitochondria back to where we're like 5 or 10 years old. We're synchronizing those lights. The lights are all coming back on again, and the energy in the light is now throughout the room. It's throughout our body, which it makes those negative thoughts in my experience just dissipates.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does.
I haven't had a suicidal thought. I haven't had a suicidal thought for 12 days now, and I would think about it every single 5 minutes of the day, unless I was sleeping, for 6 years, brother.
Wow.
True story.
Yeah. It's funny because we're both taking this, but we're in different places with where we're at in our lives and our mental states. And so it's a powerful thing for you guys to kind of bear witness to both of our experiences. It's so powerful to hear how this is assisting you on a mental level. For me, it's been more of a cellular fueling. So like from the moment I would take it and I would hold it under my tongue sublingually for as long as I could, I could describe it like a warming sensation in all of my cells of the body.
Yeah.
And
like a synchronicity kind of.
Yeah, It was fueling through all of my cells. Like and at first I kind of was like the same. I was like, is this a placebo? Was this just because, we've been talking about this and you've been having such an experience with it. And then after the second or third round, I could start differentiating, feeling the fuel go in. The activator and the fuel uptake. And we've been building a living foods kitchen on this farm, which has been a journey. And we're building a garden with lava rocks, 50 to 70 pound lava rocks I was just hauling rocks like to where my staff and people assisting us were making note of how I just kept going. And I wasn't even thinking about it.
I do 10 minutes of work exercise a day. That is all with this product. I do 4 exercises and I have people join me. I say no sweating and no cardio. My body is shredding faster than me being in the gym for a 45 to an hour minute workout. And my abs are coming out. I take this cream, I put it on my side of my stomach. I put it on my dad bod sides right here. And it's just going just like this.
I definitely was blown away with the topical. Now what, I have, we're running out of time for the temporary Zoom thing that I have. So let me see if
That's
I can.
okay.
Let me see.
I'll send you a Zoom link for a second one after this, brother. So go ahead and do this. It's fine. Okay, after this.
Okay. So we'll let it run for 3:40 and then just send me that link and we'll pop back on, guys. So we'll just have a small interrupt once this. So when I put it on my face, that's what I felt. I felt it just pull and lift and tone the skin.
You look beautiful, brother.
Yeah, I was like blown away with the and my
47,
daughter,
bro. And I had a Botox appointment. I usually will go here, above. I've done it a few times in my life. I'm 47. Look at this. My skin, I had to cancel my appointment. I said, I don't need Botox. That saves like $600, $800 a year right there, where this stuff is $100 a month. I mean, my skin just feels glowing big time off this stuff.
And my daughter has also had her own challenges with just acne stuff, being 16, and she's very picky about the things that she'll use on her actual skin. And I let her try it, and she comes out. She's using it every night. She's really just
good.
Yeah, she really likes it.
Posted.
Yeah, so what's the difference? What's in the gel? That's the interesting thing. Do you want to go into because we're going to talk about nanoparticulates for sure, and the difference between nano supplemental particulates and traditional supplements and how they permeate the cell. So because there's a patent that they call this XDS T035, right? And that's
XDS, the extra delivery system, whatever it is.
Right.
Yes, this is version 3.0. I think on our next video here in a few minutes, we'll get at chapter 2. We'll get into the ingredients and stuff like this. But I think concluding this video around right here, Mike, it's it's amazing how we are connecting. Health is the first wealth, and for us to be able to get together and have such a positive impact on people's health. Like I'm going to Dubai and Malaysia this week. I bought like $2,000 worth of product to bring to some of my top, networkers across the globe and stuff like this. And it's like, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have health, it's like, what's the freaking point? So, and it's
true. I've been giving this stuff to different people just to try it. Like literally patients of mine, a couple of my apprentices that were here having them, and my daughters keeps asking me
let's
for
touch
it.
base and just mention other, things that people are noticing off this product. I mean, I've seen people, obviously improve mental clarity. The sleep, how do you like the sleep, brother?
That's one that was really noticeable is, Dr. Kolsa told me his dreams were super crazy. And I was like, wow, okay. And the first night I usually have intense dreams anyways, but they were so vivid. They were so integrated. Like, I mean, I could describe, I was floating on like some kind of device satellite over Ethiopia, like in so much detail did I come out of the dreams with.
I talked to my dead grandma and she prayed for me and mine. I said, Grandma, I want to pray for you, because I lost her as a kid. And I said that to her. She said after me, she goes, and I want to pray for you. It was like 90 something. My dream, I was laying next to her in bed, and just those little words had a ripple effect for like my whole entire future out, is what it felt like to me right there.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to stop right on this.
Yeah. So we'll take
video,
a sacred pause, guys.
Stay tuned for video number 2.
Yeah, we'll take a sacred pause. He's going to send me the link, and we'll get back on. And I'll keep
you guys on the flip side.
Yep. I'll keep sharing just on the
recording stopped.
On the construct of what this is. Let's see. Give me one sec, guys. So this is actually the website here that you can check out a lot more. We're gonna get into actually like what the construct and the contents of this are. Remember, like I don't think I've ever really talked about a product on our Release Sundays live at all, because I'm just not really, I don't, I'm only going to share things that I actually believe in. But because of the overwhelming deterioration I've seen on a cellular level with mitochondria in patients that I'm working with, and us really scratching our heads and the neuromuscular work and resetting the nervous system is so important. But how do we fuel the cell? And so I had just gone to see patients in the clinic. I did a short trip for some dental stuff and ended up doing 16-hour days in the clinic with both the doctors that have this quantum therapy clinic that I have had a practice in. And so, I'm always connected to like the latest tech. In fact, actually, let's see if I can, I'll pop up on here for you guys, because we're about to go back in, do another one of these going. Let's see. There it is. Okay, cool. Let me get this link real quick. Let's see. For some reason, it did not pop up for me. Let me send it to myself. Oh, where did he go? Oh, that's why. Sent it on WhatsApp. Got it. Okay. 1 second. So, I just actually picked up a new piece of tech, which I will show you guys. It's a electromagnetic pulse machine, because I also was going to the clinic because I had an injury. Since I've seen you guys on the 4th of July, I had a very deep tear in the ligament system of my body, jumping over a fence, remedial task, just totally deteriorated my ankle. Could not walk, ankle swollen up so huge. Okay, for some reason that did not go over here. Not sure why. Let me forward this over to myself another way. Copy. Trying to see how I'll send this to myself so that it'll come up on here. There we go. I'm just gonna have him send it another way to me. See if it pops up on. There we go. So I've been trying to rehabilitate this ankle because all of a sudden I haven't been able to run. It's deeply humbling. In fact, I've just been on the journey of walking, actually. Just walking again. So through the neuromuscular work and double ventilated breathing, the ice treatments, I've been rehabilitating. Okay, let's see if I can do it that way. There we go. I think it just popped in. So when I was in the clinic, I was on the focus of rehabilitation and came across a few of the supplements. Boom. This should take us there. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, I am ready when you are.
Yep, we're going. We're still live on Release Sundays Live. So,
yes. So, let me go ahead and give me 1 second, guys. We're going to go ahead and do this.
Oh, you want to add me as a host or whatever, so I can share screen too?
Yep.
Got all our stuff brought up.
No problem. Okay, let's see here.
So I was just sharing, so coming back from the clinic, I had some
recording
new tech
in progress
and some new supplemental technologies. And this was one of the ones that came up that I was doing follow-ups on, and I'm really glad that I did. It's just been really powerful in the rehabilitation process for me. So let's dive into the content of what it is, and also the concept of nano supplementation, because it is significantly different. And gosh, that one interview alone, of the one brother who was a practitioner that was talking about a very more spiritual experience of the supplemental integration. You referenced it on our original call, the guy who was talking about his, I guess it was dream stuff, but it was more. It was, you know what I'm talking about? The one interview.
Harhari, you're talking about? Harhari?
No, it was one of the interviews he sent me before you and I talked.
Oh yeah, very, very deep. Yeah. I mean, we've had practitioners that say this is like transcendental. How do you say that? This is not your typical supplement whatsoever. I mean, I've tried every single supplement. You have also, we're the Christopher Columbus, as I call it, out there, always looking for the best of the best. And it's always great to have something new and that's legal
Right.
to share with our friends that has a massive impact. It's something that people are going to feel right away.
And that's the thing is, like, when you're working with fueling the cell, it's something that you should be able to feel. And it's powerful because, I haven't really had a supplement that I'll take multiple times through the day. And how I've I was like really consistent taking it at first, and then I've kind of regulated to where like my body just will tell me to take it. And I'll have a couple rounds or sometimes 3 rounds in a day, depending on what my day looks like. But it's really powerful to just have it as a source in general. I also noticed, this is something interesting. I had, once in a while I like to have a couple fine ales, always beautifully brewed ones. And usually I had a colleague who's very much into the art of microbrewing and the art of what we call sour IPAs, things like that. So I had a couple ales, and I noticed that I didn't feel anything. I actually could feel that the mitochondrial supplement was processing out any feelings from the couple ales that I had. I didn't, like, it was significant. So I was like, okay, so there's no.
Yeah, your body definitely absorbs nutrients different. I like these ice cream bars from Trader Joe's, for example. And usually if I have one, the sugar in the milk, the dairy, it puts me in a coma basically, and knocks me out. I have a sugar like this.
Right.
And that's why this is, for example, is having such an impact on, people that have diabetes, for example. It's really helping have an effect on their blood sugar levels right there. But
so what are some of the conditions? What are some of the conditions, like from diabetes, that they've seen some powerful stuff with in changing the mitochondrial process with the ATP?
Yeah, the one story about the girl that got blown up in Iraq by an IED or whatever it is, in her Hummer, and her jaw was basically knocked off her to her chest, and she had brain damage, and didn't have memory for 17 years. But when she took this product, her brain came back online, and she then had all of her memory back first day. I mean, You think you're like, gosh, how is this possible?
Right.
But when I first started listening, as my product was coming here, Mike, I was like, what I do is I listen to all these testimonial calls, because I've been in health and wellness just like you for a long time, and wouldn't think you're listening to testimonials, because there's a lot of products out there, as you said. But when you're hearing the truth, you can hear the truth, the frequency of truth in these testimonials. Like, people can hear us talking the truth right now, but also the duration, how fast people are having. I mean, we were talking about memory coming back online after 17 years on one dose.
Right.
It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard people, not to make claims, but I've heard people that have multiple sclerosis and in pain 18 years straight, and all of a sudden after one dose, things are feeling better.
Right.
I'll just put it very loosely, and I know what to say and not say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's just say that they're doing pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and the other one is just like, on a personal level of experience, it's like my body wants to keep taking it.
Definitely. People say, well, how long do I have to take it for? Well, listen to your body. But if something's making me feel so good, I'm going to take this all the time. And I'm going to share with people. So therefore mine is free anyways, because there's a nice little compensation plan to it. Yeah. That's one thing I love about this company, this opportunity is It is a genuine opportunity. You don't have to pay to sign up in this whatsoever. You don't have to pay for any kind of monthly auto ship or anything like this. You want the product, you want to make a commission, and boom, it's Zelly straight to your bank account just like that. I love that feature too.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, like my directive has, I've been very blessed, and as you have, prosperity wise, in this life. And so my focus is more, if something works, and, I obviously have like a Rolodex of patients that are looking for internal building blocks to enhance the neuromuscular work that they're doing. And so this, anything I find, I instantly kind of outlet on a network level to all the people that they're waking their nervous systems up with the work that we're doing, or the practices and the breath work. So they're looking for other things to support the integration of already having, a healthy practice, or integrating healthy practices in their lifestyle. So it was an instant, like, I mean, I go around, like I said, with my dropper and just try this. Like I'm just letting people try it, like, because it's so impressive. And I've noticed, and people are noticing, an instant difference from the moment it goes into the body, how it works, because the mitochondria are, since they are engines, when you rev an engine, you're going to hear that engine rev in a car. There's going to be a significant change to the engine's motor repetitions, even when you're fueling it, when you're increasing a fuel, you're putting fuel intake in. So I'm actually, after this interview, where my son is super gym guy, so he's all about going to the gym right now. So we're actually going to go to the gym, and this will be the first time I'm going to try it, like going to the gym after taking some of it,
I have not. I do my quick little minute workout. This is what just a few more recommendations in terms of dosing, Micah. What I like to do when I'm in the gym, I did a hot yoga class for an hour the other day. It was freaking amazing. The stretching and the energy going through your body as you're stretching. I haven't had someone, your sweating even changes actually on this. It really, someone told me today their sweat was even more, they could taste their sweat like it's salty. I was like, okay, well, I'll take it that far. But,
wow,
you definitely notice it. What I would recommend in the gym when you're working out is I like to hold this stuff underneath my tongue for 5 to 10 minutes. And I just put a little bit underneath there. So when you're working out, even if you just have even 2 drops in there or something like this, but maybe you want to take like a 20th of an ml or something like this, just the slightest bit. And, maybe through your hour long workout, you're having every 20 minutes, taking a little bit more, just because this definitely has an impact on your VO2 levels. There's no question about this. Your breathing efficiency, how your body is communicating. I mean, brother, you're going to feel a pump like no other. And it's like, I do only now 1 set. I don't do 4 sets of an exercise. I do right here in my home gym, like in this room, I do a video every day, keeping myself accountable, my shirt off. And it's like my shoulders are going, the fat is melting off there. My chest is getting chiseled on the top off of 1 set. I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
Right.
So I make a joke and say, hey, the only place we do cardio is in the bedroom. I'm saying that's the only place we sweat. I just, as a funny, but I'm just saying that I used to walk 3.5, 4 miles a day and do my business calls just to keep myself in shape. And it's getting cold up here in Seattle right now. I don't even have to do that. I haven't had time to walk.
Right.
I've just been having so much fun with this. I feel so good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also, this is a good example where unfortunately our physical activity level and regimen goes down without us realizing it, because we get so busy. We end up not being able to do the same level of physical activity, which again has a degrading effect on the mitochondrial integrity. And so, when you're improving the way that the mitochondria works, it's going to make more use of the activity that you can do.
That's what makes this the perfect storm, because we are all hard up for time. I mean, everything is so expensive right now, so people are working extra hard. They're extra stressed. This gives the peace of mind. It gives them the opportunity to be healthier, work out less, all those things too, right there. So it's the perfect storm to try this product right now. It's definitely going to make your life better every single day.
I've definitely been, and here's one, we're big advocates here at Matrix Biomechanics for uropathy, which is urine therapy. And again, one of the mechanics with urine therapy is all the nutrients that you take and you get from your food are fully synthesized in the urine. So that includes how you're going to absorb supplements and make more use of your supplements. And so, I'm recycling all of this mitochondrial supplement because when I take it, the next several rounds of urine, I'm just recycling that mitochondrial supplement back in the body, and it's even more bioavailable now because it's been processed through the tech and it's been customized. So, and I've been noticing really powerful things with uropathy cycling with this on these supplements. It's been like really, really cool. In fact, I recommend if anyone wants to get more out of it, or you want to get more out of the supplement, I'm telling you, bro, like, whoa, especially if you take like a larger dose and you're that's coming right out. Whatever you couldn't bioavailably absorb is coming right out and can go right back in again for a second round.
What do you mean can go right back in again?
Well, your body, anything that you can't bioavailably absorb in the body itself from nutrients from your food, you name it, is coming out in the urine. And it's bioavailable, meaning it's fully synthesized. And when you put it back in, it goes right into the bloodstream. So just with a normal practice.
You're talking about another dose after you take a leak, for example.
I'm talking about you'll get another dose after when you drink your urine after taking a dose, especially if you took a significant dose for the day, whatever you couldn't absorb is going to come out in the urine. And when you drink that urine, you're getting everything you couldn't get from the first droppers goes back in. And I'm telling you, I've felt that in doing the cycling because I already have a uropathy practice. So I like to engage, if I'm taking other supplements, anything I couldn't fully get from that blue-green algae or anything I couldn't get from that glutathione is going to come out bioavailable in the urine. And I just get another round of it.
So for the record, I've never drank my own urine. You have, it sounds like. Yes.
I mean, to save my life from MRSA staph, I'm an advocate for uropathy. And I could give you 10. We've done a lot of shows on matrix bond mechanics and release on these slides.
I mean, it makes sense. I'm not here to condone it whatsoever. I do know the benefits of it. I just can't. I'm cool.
I mean, bro, personally, to me, it's weirder to see people have it be weird. Like it's weirder for me to see people kind of be weird and estranged about it because to really understand how amazing this divine tech is, you have to understand that one of the greatest deceptions that's been propagated by Western medicine is to teach you that a waste product comes out of your sex center. See, only life comes out of your sex center. Think about it. Babies come out, the seed civilizations comes out, waste comes out of the other area. And they've taught you that this is a waste product when actually it has all the antibodies for anything that's wrong with you. If you have cancer, for me, it was MRSA staph, bro. I had staph systemic in my body.
I would go ahead and I would go ahead and do that. And noted for sure. And I like to recycle anyways. So I support that.
Yeah. Recycling. I support recycling too. And especially if it's with a supplement that's significant, or if you're buying really expensive supplements and you want to make more usage of the supplements that you're getting too.
Let's touch base on the price standpoint, because honestly, this has 44 ingredients in it. They're all nanotized. Like all the supplements I have in my counters and stuff over here, probably next to none of them are nanotized. So this is like the future of supplementation. Correct me if I'm wrong if you want to comment on that, Micah. But when you take that synergy, basically, I don't need it. I mean, it's your spirulina analogy. Your all your great product. All the cordyceps, everything is in this product. Yeah. It really eliminates the need. I don't even feel like I need to take fish oils because there's so many freaking oils in this thing. Olive oil, black seed oil. I mean, my goodness,
it's definitely,
I feel like I'm cheating on the supplement when I try something else.
Yeah. When I went into the actual construct of what's in it, I was, very much, I was very much impressed. Somebody said storage is the tricky part. Brotinga said storage is the tricky part.
Of what?
Of what? Storage of the I'm guessing, elaborate, of the energy or of the nutritional supplementation in the cell. I want to hear what Brotinga has to share on that. But when I did look into the construct of what the nanoparticulates, it really is pretty jam-packed. I mean, with so much, it has so much in it. And I did notice the cordyceps was a really, it's, because I take cordyceps anyways, but I've never had them in a nano format. So, yeah. And you gotta be, when you buy supplements, you can get something from China, for example, that's not a high quality whatsoever and be diluted. So, I mean, I know that they're very particular with these ingredients that they've put together right here. If you want to open up a screen, Micah,
and show the ingredient list and maybe touch base on some of these different ingredients?
Yeah,
That would be
100%.
fun.
Yep.
Maybe you can teach me something. We'll see.
Let's see
I
where
doubt
we're
I'll teach you
at.
anything, but
Here we go. Well, you can guide me through here. Should we go to the restore, I guess?
yeah, let's just do that. That sounds good. Let's go restore. Okay. So with this product, okay, here we go. So let's touch base. Restore is an adaptogenic formulation designed to promote. You want to cover that?
Let's see. Up top here, where were you looking? Oh,
Yeah, right there,
good.
right there. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, it goes through everything from stimulant-free, natural energy from the mitochondria, enhanced brain ability with vision, clarity, focus, mood enhancement, deeper, more restorative sleep, cellular detoxification, repair, immune system enhancement, with anti-parasitic and anti-pathogenic support, which is actually pretty key. As well as supporting the major organs and the organ systems, and enhanced ability for the body to manage itself and maintain homeostasis. In order to accomplish this objective, that's where the kind of nanotechnology delivery system is, I think, the most effective. Because,
Right.
you know, when you're putting that many elements into the body, you would need it to be extremely small to not overwhelm the system and be bioavailable and absorb.
Exactly. Here I'll touch base on this.
Yeah.
Some of the benefits of excessive fatigue relief. We get healthy blood sugar support, healthy blood pressure support, heart and cardiovascular support, general major organ support, weight loss. That's been phenomenal. Healthy hair. People growing their hair back. Skin, like people. I've got people losing sunspots in 2 days. That's pretty freaking amazing. You touch base on antiparasitic, antipathogenic, cholesterol improvement, immune response support. One thing I'll touch base on that is the excessive fatigue. People from having long COVID, for example, and I'm also working with people that are taking testosterone, TRT therapy, and they're still, even though they're on TRT therapy, their energy levels are extremely low. This would only enhance that, I can only imagine, but this gives you more energy than a few trips to Starbucks a day on top of TRT, on top of a good night rest of sleep,
Yep, completely. And again, these are all functions of healthy mitochondria. It's basically what they are. This is all the experience of where your body should be at if you have a healthy cell response and you're running at an optimal level. And unfortunately, we progressively in our society, our immune systems have been under attack, and so the standard for health and wellness has just been going down, which means our quality of life and a lot of these things have been dissolving, and sometimes you get so wrapped up in the process of your life, you almost aren't paying attention to the dwindling of higher quality experience in higher quality life. And that's oh
my gosh. I mean, I say that this increases your IQ is what it feels like to me, and also your emotional intelligence. It definitely has for me. One thing, it's interesting if you look again at divine timing, how people know about the immune system. We're like, yeah, take care of your immune system. That was a real thing that was emphasized during the COVID situation right there. Obviously, your immune system, having your immune system adapt. But, then getting down to the mitochondria, I mean, what blows my mind in this, Micah, is that we've heard about mitochondria. David Asprey's a big advocate about, and I was like, dude, man, David Asprey's really touching base of Bulletproof Coffee, touching base like on mitochondria. But the thing about it is we never had something that was going to have such an effect, on mitochondria so freaking quickly.
Yeah.
And that's where this is where this experience gets really real with this product.
Yeah, and I mean,
Go ahead
here's the list too. I mean, like this is everything that is that's in here just to see the full spectrum of and a lot of these things. Again, we talk about these. I cover these in our superfood dictionary. So many of these are in the superfood dictionary. So many of these we've talked about with essential oils and plant extracts and the power of chemotypes of plants. Everything from schizandra to spirulina to the cordyceps. It's beautiful to see them in a nano format in one solution.
I mean, other products, other things that really get my eye on this long ingredient list, and everyone can get a copy of this, no problem. But, scroll up for a second, please.
Yeah.
Would just be, olive oil obviously is really, really big. And again, the sources of it, the black seed oil is humongous. Turmeric root is really, really important. Other things in here, my goodness, it's just, astragalus for the telomere support. That's really important, in my opinion, and others as well, obviously.
Yep.
Just phenomenal formulation. There's some things in here I never even heard about. Had you heard about? You probably didn't recognize a few of these anyways, I bet. Have you heard all of them or no?
No, some of these are definitely new. I've actually been kind of looking into them, but all of them are, progressively towards mitochondrial improvement. So it's been
like what's tribulyltrin, tribulyltrin. That's interesting. That the one that's bolded out right there, number 31, for example.
Tributrin, yeah.
Sounds like some good stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm actually not even familiar with tributrin, but that's one that's one of the ones I haven't checked out yet. But yeah, there was enough on this list, and then again, exploring it from the nano perspective that I was really, and also, like you said, like there was just an intuitive internal call that the divine guides you to things that that will benefit you if you listen, if you tune in. And so I hope that's for many of you that's happening for you as well. And that's why we did this show, is we wanted to try to speak about this, because both him and I are both really been blown away about just, I think I'm going like on day 5 right now.
I bring this stuff to church. I've got people from depression I'm working with. Another woman with frontal temporal issues also I began working with today. What a blessing. I mean, I call it the holy oil. I mean, God made these ingredients. This has, what's it called, oil in it? What's that oil called? Frankincense oil, for example. So it's amazing. Go ahead. Right there, the guy with the hair loss. I mean, how many people want to not have a donut head? That's pretty impressive results right there. People growing their hair back instead of spending thousands of dollars on surgery. Why don't you just grow it back?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting with the topical, that it said you could put it on your skin and your hair. Like, I thought that was actually a kind of a trip. So
I'm gonna put some in mine just right now as we're talking.
But anyways, there's just there's just lists of different things, from cerebral palsy to recovery from heart valve and pacemaker surgery. So I just started going through, seeing real people with the testimonials on it, and was just really blown away. So
one thing that blew my mind, that I not to interrupt you, but Micah, but a thing that came across yesterday is there's a study done in Australia where 80% of all autism cases are because of a mitochondria situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is, you can go to Google, you can go to YouTube, and whoever's watching this video should definitely do that for any condition. If they have, anxiety, type that in mitochondria. If they have cancer, type that in mitochondria, just to see what research is being done in what's been noted in these peer reviewed studies.
100%. Yeah. It's, again, I'm a big advocate for things that work. That's why, whether it be neuromuscular therapy or different styles of breath work that create more nitric oxide in the body. And so all of these things work cohesively together. That's why I wanted to talk about mitochondria. I want to talk about ATP. I wanted to talk about fueling the cell, and give some example, a real tangible example of something that I've kind of gone back into the deep dive into the mitochondria in ATP. It's something that we do focus on. I have a lot of quantum tech that focuses on mitochondrial improvement, getting more ATP to the cells, everything from high intensity red lights to this new piece of tech here. Let me I'll stop the share.
Yeah, I mean, I've used terahertz, I've used red light things and everything, all this out there. But
let me see. I'm gonna get that. This is my this one right here. This is a magnetic. It's actually superconductor, electromagnetic pulse wave, and near infrared tech that it's like my latest device right here. That is its primary function is regenerating the tissue, fueling the cells for mitochondrial improvement, and getting more ATP to the cells. So it's very much always been a function that I'm focused on with quantum technology, with the neuromuscular work. And so it's beautiful to find an internal supplement that has been really effective, and that's why I wanted to share it with you all as we're coming back.
Would you say it's the best? Would you say it's the best for that from your experience?
I mean, I would say it's the most effective form of a nutritional supplement for mitochondrial improvement and energy that I've personally, that's why I'm taking it. And I've just started playing with some glutathione supplements, which are really cool as well. Really like glutathione. It's good sublingually. It's really a wonderful thing. I definitely support people to check out the glutathione. There's a few different companies. I think one of them is called NutraWish. But like in terms of mitochondrial fuel to the cells and ATP, I definitely I'm looking forward to continuing to see where this goes. Bottom line. Like I'm looking forward to continuing the experience that and again, every morning I get up, it's like the first thing I'll do before I drink a pitcher of hydrogen water is I'll get the supplement into my system and then do hydrogen water after a full hydrogen gas.
That's all I drink is hydrogen water. Yeah. Hydrogen water, everyone, is a must for everyone. Way more important to kind of pH. I drank Kangen water for years. I don't do that anymore. Yeah. I was kind of sketched out about pH and more focused on that. But Micah, I'm feeling that we should maybe potentially do a prayer here for people, to have good health and for the right thing to fall into their family's hands to help them with conditions. I mean, everyone has something going on in their life, and it's
it's true.
I tell people this is like credit card debt. If you're not, the interest is going to keep adding up. If you're not taking care of that right there. With this, every day you're going to be you're paying in your health, not supplementing with this. Is how much of a believer I am with this product.
I definitely, was just talking to a patient yesterday that we tend to be more aware of servicing our vehicle and our car and fueling and taking care of our car and keeping its service updated than our own human body, which is amazing to me. Especially men. They're on point with their services for their car and taking care of their vehicle, but this vehicle, they're very pragmatic. They're pragmatic. They're problematic on. So if my body gets hurt, then I'll do something to fix it. There isn't a lot of preemptive servicing, and that's really confusing to me because this vehicle drives the cars and the trucks and the things that you think are awesome. So it deserves the ultimate regimen of service. So I definitely.
Well, you and I are both fathers. It's like we have to lead by example and show our families how to take care of ourselves.
100%. And especially, for me as a father, it's like I have to be in tip-top shape for these 4 little ones. And going into launching a living foods company, I'm going to be having some really long days, for the first 3 months, even getting this kitchen beautifully dialed and setting everything up for a much larger platform for both our island, and we're working on a potential national franchise of these living food companies in the U.S. So energy is key. Energy is key, and to keep up with 4 kids alone is a lot in that regard. So, yeah, Divine Creator, we're so grateful for all bountiful blessings you provide for us. We're so grateful for this sacred Sunday to come together and speak about the power of the technology with which we have been blessed to exist in, and blessed in this world with the ultimate gift of existence. We're so grateful for all bountiful blessings that you bestow upon us, and honor that divinity of the experience. And we know that by honoring that, the greatest gift in honoring that is nourishing and taking care of and truly honoring what it is this body, this sacred temple, deserves to live in a higher frequency and a higher level of vibration and practices, both through activating our sacred technology, through practices of breath and life force, through also practices of self-healing, and also the medicine that we choose to take within us through our food, through all of the glorious nature and supplemental magical nutrition that comes from plant medicines in general, and all that you give us resources for. So on that, we are so grateful. to carry out your will ultimately, to bring heaven to this earth. It is all of our opportunities. We're so grateful for these bountiful blessings, and are so grateful to come together to share awareness on this sacred Sunday. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Well, absolutely wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much again, Micah, for having me on this. I think we wrap it on this. I can just feel the energy going out, this message going out, and falling into the right hands. I pray for that. And I just want to say thank you, Heavenly Father, for bringing this product into my hands and really having that change in my life to where I'm such a believer that I can share this with other people and help other people that are that lives are they're facing challenges right now, Heavenly Father. So thank you so much for bringing Micah and I together, and let this message have a ripple effect across the globe for all the right purpose and reasons. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Amen.
Amen. I'm definitely, I'm glad we got to do this. I'm gonna, like I said, go hit the gym and see what continues on with it. I put links, everybody. If you guys want to check this out, feel free. There's a link in the description for the video, and I'm happy to answer any questions as well. And look forward to getting into more each Sunday. We got some really amazing guests coming up, and are going to be diving into some beautifully expansive topics. And I'm actually going to be coming on here and probably taking you guys through some of the footage of release, part 3, just in the editing room with me. I've decided to kind of like start showing you clips of the film, because there's so much footage. A lot of what I can't put in the actual film for length purposes, I'm going to probably be taking you through a lot of the unedited footage for you guys to check out the power of the human body, the power of the inner physician in healing, and more of the journey that we went on that I can't fit in the edited cuts that are coming out for the next film. So really excited to share more. Thank you all for being with us. Ryan, I appreciate you taking the time to dive in, sharing your story with me and everyone else, and the vulnerability of it all, which is, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to share with people that you were in a place of feeling like you wanted to end it all. That is a very vulnerable thing to share.
Feels good to be used to that. And I've waited 26 years to be on the flip side. So here we are. So thank you, brother, and I'll definitely be supporting your movie and getting the word out there. Appreciate you.
Blessings all. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Have a wonderful Sunday evening, and have an amazing week. Also, Matrix Body Mechanics Live, we've shifted it to Wednesdays now, just so everybody knows. Same time, but it's the necessary scheduling shift for me to keep doing the show. So that's live on People for People Radio and Rumble. I love each and every one of you. Blessings. Aloha and Sat Nam.
All right. Take care, brother.
All right. Blessings.
Recording stopped.
Good stuff.